I am here with another haul. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bella and this is Bella's Perfume Diaries. If this is your first time stumbling on this channel, Perfume Diaries is a series where we'll talk about perfumes, a sprinkle of beauty and lifestyle. So if this is the kind of content you like, please click that subscribe button and join the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in once again. It feels like I haven't done this in forever because I kind of cut down on my posting long videos twice a week. I had to reduce it because I had a lot of responsibilities for me this year, and posting long videos twice a week would just be overwhelming for me. So I decided to do one long video, then one reel per week. So I'm still posting twice a week and you're still learning one or two things. So I just feel like this kind of worked better for me. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. I mean, I'm sure I didn't go off that long, but I am here with another haul. I said I was going to be on a no buy 2024, but who am I deceiving? I know I'm still going to get fragrances, even though my rampant buy of fragrances has reduced. Now I'm very, very particular about the fragrances that I buy. I did part one of new perfumes in my collection that I got this year. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it up here. I know from this haul I have some few loves, but I will not say I have that one fragrance that has captivated me or swept me off my seat yet. I'm still trying, and I am sure I'm definitely going to find that one fragrance before the end of the year. Look at how last year went. It was towards the end of the year that I discovered Guidance, which made it to my fragrance of the year. So I'm not even in a rush. I'm still going to be exploring fragrances and trying out new things to find that one for me. I don't want to ramble too much. I'm here again with more fragrances that I purchased within February, March, April. Some of them I've done single reviews already, and some I haven't talked about at all. Without babbling too much, let's jump right into these new fragrances I have in my collection. So the first one I got is Velorum from Tiziana Terenzi. You'll not believe I got this fragrance because of the bottle. The bottle attracted me, and the packaging, guys, is the packaging of this fragrance for me. I'm going to insert a video of the packaging of this fragrance. The packaging of this fragrance is what we call pure luxury. From the note, I just felt I was going to like it. The options were Haley Pop, and then one other red one. This was a blind buy, by the way. I tried checking Fragrantica for the notes to see the one that would appeal to me, because this fragrance is quite expensive. I wish I had the money, I would have just gotten all, because I know I can be very indecisive like that. But the prices of this fragrance choke. It choked me to the point where I had to force myself to pick one. And this was the one that was sounding interesting to me. There was a little bit of gourmand facet to this fragrance. I have to be honest, it was quite a disappointment to me because I'm not getting that gourmand aspect that made me get this fragrance. They have this muskiness, this like burst of fruit mixed with that musk. It kind of reminds me of Ebapora by Zerjov. I am tired of that DNA, to be honest. It's an amazing scent. It's beautiful, it's rich, it is classy. I feel like it's a unisex fragrance, so a guy will wear this and love it, and a lady will wear this and love it as well. If you love musky fragrances, if you love that burst of fruitiness, if you love that Ebapora DNA, you would absolutely love Velorum. I feel like this would serve as a good layering scent. I find that this fragrance layers beautifully with my gourmands. It adds richness to my gourmands. It just gives it this very beautiful base, and this fragrance lasts for days on your clothes. It is very, very long lasting. Obviously, for the price, you should expect nothing less. So I'm not so mad at this purchase. The bottle has bribed me enough, packaging has bribed me enough, and the scent is not as bad as I think. I just feel like it is, a common DNA that has been done before. It's not a blind buy hate, and it's not a blind buy love either. It's a blind buy like. If I'm rating this, I'll rate it like a 7 out of 10. So that's Velorum from Tiziana Terenzi. So let's go to my designers. The next one is Devotion from Dolce and Gabbana. If you know how long I have wanted to get this fragrance, I actually was craving to get the 50 ml because I just felt like the 50 ml packaging was very aesthetically pleasing, very minimalistic, and I love bottles like that. I actually really love bottles like that. but I still love this 100 ml, and I'm so glad that I got the 100 ml because this fragrance was an instant love for me. I watched a lot of reviews and people said that this fragrance is very similar to Lyra by Zergel. I was kind of stalling to get it because I'm like, I don't want another Lyra. I am so happy that I got this, guys. I am so happy I got this fragrance because it does not smell like Lyra. Even though it has caramel, it has vanilla, it has lemons, which is also in Lyra, but I feel like they go in two separate directions. To me, this fragrance, it smells like toasted bread with lemon sprinkled on it, guys. That's the best explanation to this fragrance. It's absolutely delicious. Ah, guys, if you like the idea of lemon and gourmands mixed together, this is done to perfection, and it does not smell like anything I have smelled before. Forget the fact that people are comparing this to Lyra. I have Lyra in my collection. This doesn't smell like Lyra at all. It just smells like toasted bread with lemon sprinkled on it. Shikina. So this was a blind buy love for me. If I'm rating this fragrance, I'm going to rate it a 9/10. So that's Devotion from Dolce & Gabbana. Now, before I talk about the next one, let me just quickly talk about this one, guys. I got a backup for Burberry Goddess. You guys don't even know how obsessed I am with this Burberry Goddess. Very few fragrances I get backups of. I know I would always say, oh, I'm getting a backup of this and all that, and when I go through it, I end up not getting the backup. But Burberry Goddess, I can't do without this fragrance. And because I didn't have a backup, I was just very particular about spraying it. But now that I have this backup, I can spray this as much as I like and enjoy it as much as I like. So I just got to mention this. This is not like a new perfume in my collection, but this backup is new in my collection. I hardly get backups of fragrances, and when I do, just know they are worth it. Now the next one I got is Bear Eau de Parfum from Victoria's Secret. I've been hearing so many people talk about this Bear fragrance, and I've always wanted to get it, but the price wasn't pricing at a point. I was lucky to get this at a very good deal, and I was really happy for it. But smelling this, to me, this fragrance is just there. This fragrance is supposed to be a your skin but better kind of scent. So it's very musky, very soft, very pretty. So it just mixes with your skin chemistry to create your own scent. It's an okay scent in my opinion. It's not all that. It's just okay. Like, it's something that I would love to wear as maybe a body mist, or I would love to wear to bed, or love to run errands. It's not like a very serious fragrance. It's just okay. Like, if I'm rating this fragrance, I'm going to rate it like it's 5.5/10. It's really not all that. But I love the bottle, I love the packaging. And there's another one that came out, Bear Rose. I feel like that Bear Rose is going to be better than the OG because that one has rose, it has pear in it. But this one is like a very soft floral. It has this heaviness, like this plum fruitiness. I smell a little bit of lavender in it that gives it this kind of soft, soothing feel. If you are the kind of person that loves to wear fragrances but you don't like intense fragrances, Bear from Victoria's Secret is your go-to. Now the next one, I know I mentioned I was going to get this fragrance. This is C Armani Eau de Parfum Intense. I think I talked about it last year a lot when I said like this fragrance was love at first sniff for me. I know I'm a C fanatic. I literally have all their flankers. C Eau de Parfum and C Eau de Parfum Intense 2021 have been a favorite of mine for the longest time, but this knocked them out. This to me smells like a mixture of the OGC Armani with that boozy vanilla, that wine scent mixed with Label by John Paul Gaultier. I absolutely love this. If I'm rating this, guys, you already know, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So that's C Eau de Parfum Intense 2023 edition from Giorgio Armani. Before I go to my Middle Eastern fragrances, the last designer I got is Valentino Donna Born in Roma Intense. Dami made me get this one. Dami would just not shut up about this fragrance. She kept saying the intense version is so much better than the OG. I absolutely love the OG. I feel like this one, they amped up the fruitiness and then it still has that bourbon vanilla as well. So this one is actually more intense. It's an amazing scent. To me, I'll rate this like a 6.5/10. So that's Valentino Donna, Born in Roma Intense. Now let's go to my Middle Eastern fragrances. First one is Musamam White Intense from Latafa. I am not a fan of this snake. Why do you guys have to put snakes in bottles? I don't know other animals you can put lion, you can put tiger. I don't have any problems with it. But when it comes to snake, it just I wish I could rip this thing off. This is a flanker of the OG. I've heard so much about the OG, but I wasn't really pushed to get the OG. But when this flanker came out, I think I watched a review from C Chronicles where she mentioned coconut in this, and I'm like, okay, that sounds very interesting. It has a creamy coconut, but the coconut is not like a tropical coconut, it's more like a dark, sexy coconut. It kind of gives me the vibes of Gris Chanel, but the difference is that this one has a little bit of white florals in it. It also has this spiciness. Guys, this fragrance is rich, like it really smells rich. So if you like the idea of dark, sweet coconut, almost feels like the brown part of the coconut than the white part, or like a mixture of both basically, because it has that creaminess that the white part has. So if you like the idea of the brown part of the coconut mixed with the white part of the coconut, mixed with some creaminess, mixed with spiciness and some white florals, you would absolutely love this. If I'm rating this 9.5 over 10, I absolutely love it. So that's Musamam White Intense from Latafa. Now the next Middle Eastern fragrance, I've already done a full review on this already, which is Shagaf Utonka from Swiss Arabian. I wish I could point light on these fragrances to show you guys the dents on them. I've just been enjoying this fragrance like before even bringing them to you guys. This fragrance to me was not love at first sniff. It was more of a surprise to me because I was expecting a gourmand. This to me is not a gourmand. To me, I see it as a tonka scent with some almonds. So it has a little bit of powderiness. It has this clean facet to it. So it's not like sweet. It's more like powdery. Just like I explained in that video, it kind of reminds me of white chalk, that thickness from the white chalk. And I also get cherry in this fragrance. It's more like a very matured, rich cherry. I love the blend of it. I love that it's very unique. Even though they said it smells similar to BDK's Velvet Tongue, I haven't tried that before. So if I'm rating this fragrance, I'll rate it a 9 over 10. So that's Shagaf Utonka from Swiss Arabian. I'm going to put a link of the full review I did up here so you can go ahead and binge watch. Now the next one, I'm eating my words right now with this one because this wasn't love at first sniff for me. Aay Dubai Portrait from Latafa. I did a review on this and the black one. I'll put it up here so you can go ahead and binge watch. But this fragrance was not love at first sniff for me. I love the fact that it's a beautiful pineapple mixed with mango scent, but they added this incense note that, just turned everything off for me. And I just could not go past that incense. I was actually thinking about decluttering it, but then I saw a review from what's this lady's name? I'm trying to remember her name. I'll put it up here when I remember. Or she talked about this fragrance. I'm like, why is this girl hyping this fragrance up so much? Let me go and try it again, guys. The beauty of this fragrance, actually, the beauty of all the fragrances is to let them macerate. But sometimes I'm not really patient with letting fragrances macerate. Now I have learned the hard way because this fragrance macerated. I tried it. I was like, what? This fragrance has a very beautiful creamy mango, but it's not like mango dominant because it now adds pineapples in it. It's very zesty, fruity. I love the fact that they blended mango and pineapple together. And then talking about the incense in this fragrance, when I wore this fragrance over time, that incense is not so dominant like how it was when I sprayed it at first. What I even get more is greenness. So just imagine the mango skin with the juicy mango inside mixed with some juicy pineapples and muskiness. It has a little bit of wood muskiness that grounds it. It's not like so dominant. What you get more is that fruit with that creaminess. This fragrance on my skin is absolutely gorgeous. From the dent, you can tell I was wearing it constantly for a week. That's why the damage on this dent is damaging at this point. So if I'm rating this fragrance, I'm going to rate it like a 9.5 over 10. So that's Aay Dubai Portrait from the House of Latafa. Now, another one that I have done a full review on already on my channel is Teriac by Latafa. This fragrance was just an instant love. People have compared this fragrance to La Belle by Jean Paul Gaultier. So I kind of expected it to smell like La Belle. And Label is one of my favorite gourmands ever. So I wasn't really mad that this fragrance is duping Label because I absolutely love Label. I can have 1 million of Label in my collection because that fragrance is like top 10 for life. I wasn't really mad, but when this fragrance came, it has that Label DNA to it. But I feel this one is a little bit more fruity, like a gourmand cocktail. And then it now has that pencil shavings, which is probably coming from the leather. It's an amazing gourmand scent. I'm going to be talking about my favorite Arabian gourmands very soon. I don't know which one is going to drop first, but this would be among. It is sweet. It has caramel in it. It has tonka bean. It has praline. Then they now added that fruitiness to kind of make it like a fruit cocktail gourmand scent. Love, love. If you haven't tried Teriyaki and you're a gourmand girl, you are missing out. I'm going to rate this fragrance 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So that's Teriyaki by Latafa. And now, finally, to the one that you guys have been trolling me for. I'll see people commenting on another person's page because at the point I was watching a lot of reviews on this fragrance and I will comment on my sister's pages. I will see you guys trolling me on their page. You not to come to my page and be trolling me. Okay. I'm here with the review now. That Skin Caramel Custard from Paris Corner. I don't think I have been so excited about a fragrance as much as this one, to the point where I watched almost all the reviews that came out of this fragrance before I actually got it. And from the reviews that I watched, I already had an idea what to expect from this fragrance. But when I unboxed it and I sprayed it, my expectation went from here down the drain. When I sprayed this fragrance at first, it was giving me rubber and milk. And I was thinking, okay, is it the milk that is making this fragrance like this? Because I know I'm not really a fan of lactonic fragrances. I don't like milky fragrances. But when they said, oh, it has caramel and other gourmand notes, I just felt like, okay, that milk is there, but it's not so dominant. Guys, the milk in this fragrance is very dominant. And when I sprayed it at first, there was something rubbery about it. So I was hugely disappointed by it. That's why I was stalling to review this fragrance, because I don't want to be the one coming and saying I don't like this fragrance when everybody is completely obsessed with it. But hear me out. Before you say anything, just hold on and hear me out. I just left it to macerate. And if I'm being honest, I still don't love it, but I don't hate it as much as I did the first time I sprayed it. When it settled, and I started wearing it as my bedtime scent, and I was loving it. It was, warming up to my skin chemistry. It just made me feel cozy. But I just could not get past that rubberiness and the lactonic milkiness that was doing too much in this fragrance. If you see, the dent of this fragrance is almost here because I was wearing it constantly to bed. But then I thought about it. Let me wear it out and see what other people are saying, if I'm going to even get compliments at all. Guys, when I wore this fragrance out, the compliments were rolling left, right, center, and it was mostly from men. There's this particular guy in my office. He just kept saying, please, I want you to be wearing this fragrance every day. I'm like, this is how much you like the scent. When you get compliments on a fragrance that you're not really crazy about and people are going crazy about it, this fragrance gave me compliments upon compliments, and because of that, I now started wearing it out. It even got to the point where this guy now started trolling me when I started wearing other fragrances, that why am I not wearing the fragrance that he likes? I'm like, guy, can you just chill? This fragrance just gives me a lot of compliments. Every single time I have worn it, I have gotten a compliment from a guy, mostly a guy. I feel like guys really love this on women, but even till now, I'm not the hugest fan of it. I'm not like crazily obsessed with it, but it's beautiful. And because of that, because of this fragrance, because they compared this fragrance to Bianco Latte, I wanted to get Bianco Latte as my birthday gift. But because people compared this to Bianco Latte, I just decided not to get it, because to me, I feel like I'm not really crazy about this scent, and I want a perfume that I'm buying for my birthday. I want to be crazy about it, even though I'm going to get like a decant of Bianco Latte to try, because sometimes this Middle Eastern fragrances, like with compared to the niche fragrances are more intense. Maybe Bianco Latte is more amped up on the caramel, but this one, I get more of that milk. It has more of that milk, even though it has caramel, but you get more of the milk. The milk overshadows it, and then that rubberiness kind of makes it unique, if I'm being honest. So if that rubberiness wasn't there, it should have probably not given the fragrance depth And I don't know what that rubberiness is, which note it is, but that note gives it like a little bit of depth and grounds the fragrance. So if you are into lactonic fragrances, I would not say this is like caramel dominant. This is more of lactonic. So you have to love milk, you have to love lactonic scent for you to enjoy this. I'm not a fan of milky fragrances. Generally, I would rate this fragrance like a 7 over 10. But for me, just because it is not in my scent profile, I'll rate it like a 5 over 10. So that's the popular Tasking Caramel Cascade from Paris Corner that you guys have been trolling me for. Finally, you have my review on it. So guys, those are the new fragrances I have in my collection. I feel like I'm going to be doing this like probably every 2 months. I'll just be updating you guys the new fragrances I have in my collection. And I love the fact that these fragrances, I'm using them up to the point where they're almost out. So because I actually want to trim down my collection to a sizable, small portable amount. I don't want to have a whole bunch of fragrances that I hardly wear, the ones that are collecting dust. I don't want to have that kind of collection. I want to have fragrances that even though I'm not wearing them this week, I'll wear them next week. Or even though I'm not wearing them in 2 weeks, I'll definitely wear them in a month. I'll be decluttering a lot of my fragrances and all. If you're not following me on Be Classy Fragrance, just follow me because that's where I declutter my fragrances. So yeah, those are the new fragrances I have in my collection. I'm sure you guys will see my face again. Let me know in the comment section if you have any new addition to your collection this year. Mention them in the comment section. You guys, don't let me be the only person that is buying fragrances unprovoked. My gang members, gather in the comment section and let me know the new fragrances you have gotten this year in your collection. Have you seen any fragrance from this list that you like? Would you like to get anyone from this list? Let me know in the comment section as well. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of this episode. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, drop your scent of the day in the comment section. I would love to connect with you in the comment section. Thank you guys for tuning to Bella's Perfume Diaries. I'll be seeing you on my next episode. Bye.